Welcome back to the Base Boys podcast, our grand return after a 2-week break, which I want to talk about that first, and then we'll get into every and any topic Zach has in his head. His tiny little head over there. This is kind of a
Tiny
weird...
little beanpole head.
My camera is much closer to my face than yours.
My camera is not actually further from my face, it's just a wide angle.
I look like Gandalf, and you look like all of the hobbits combined.
I'm each and every one of them. Right now I'm feeling like Frodo.
So yeah, we haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks because we realized, especially after the last episode...
The one ring.
I hate you. You have the one ring.
The one ring.
I always thought Lord of the Rings was cool.
Also a little shield.
I always thought Lord of the Rings was cool, but the obsession with, like, the one ring over and over again, like, came across as not annoying, not dumb, but just disappointing to me. Like,
overplayed?
Not overplayed, just disappointing. Like, in a series so cool, with so many different fantastical creatures and spells and stuff, and the, like, most hyped up thing in the entire series is a ring. It's like, I get it, it's called the Lord of the Rings. I get it. This is the point that I don't know. I'm getting off track. You're already getting me off track. It's like your job with this podcast.
The most hyped up thing in Lord of the Flies is actually just one fly.
I hate you. Your only job in this podcast is to get me off track. To get back on track, we didn't do this podcast for 2 weeks because primarily the last episode, we just didn't like the quality of it. We thought it was too low quality. Zach was using Discord on his phone, so his audio wasn't going to be as good.
Lying on the floor.
His audio wasn't going to be as good because he was talking through a phone instead of a mic, and the video quality was also kind of trash. So we took a 2-week break, and even though Zach has yet to get another car since the accident, not the car accident,
so hard.
Not the car accident, just since his accident.
Since I broke both my legs in Vietnam. Why was I in Vietnam during a global pandemic? That's a secret.
Zach doesn't have a car, so he still is not at the apartment, and he cannot come to the studio. He's still at his grandparents' basement, being an actual basement boy.
Yo,
However,
up, boy in the unfinished basement?
You were smart and did something I didn't even think of as an option. We thought about all these different options, and you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take my PC home to my grandparents."
Well, I would have committed unalive right now if I hadn't.
Well, that's true.
I hate it here, and it's. Excuse you. I hate it here, and it's even more unbearable without the ability to have fun.
Yeah. Well, we should play games. You've had your PC for how long now? We haven't streamed together yet?
I cannot read or write.
Okay, fair. But yeah, so we took a 2-week break from doing podcasts because we did not want to give you both audio and video quality that was bad. Not at all to your fault, Zach.
I like to pick one or the other to be bad. And this week we've decided that video quality will be the bad one. Although we're probably going to lean more towards audio quality this week as the central air system is right there.
Well, I don't blame you for getting in an accident, but it is kind of your fault for getting hit. Like,
technically...
What were you wearing that day?
What was I wearing that day? Just a t-shirt and jeans.
Alright. I'm into it. Getting me excited.
This fucking guy. Did I tell the story of what actually happened on the podcast yet?
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
You have.
Yeah.
So, we're hoping, and we talked about this a little bit before we started recording, we're hoping you will be back in studio either next week's episode,
it better damn well be next week.
Maybe the week
episode.
After that.
If it's the week after that, I'm leaving.
Thankfully, this is only our second episode over the internet. I don't know. I don't hate it, but for me, and you agreed as well, we wanted to take a break from uploading because we didn't want to just be another podcast on Discord or Skype. Like, the whole point of our podcast originally was to build a studio, do it in person, and make it something like fun and, above the average podcast you see online. Because the average podcast you see online is like 2 people with really trashy mics over a Skype call who don't have any topics or really anything prepared. It's bad, and we wanted to be better than that.
We have things prepared, so we're already better.
We wanted to be better than that.
We wanted to overachieve.
Yeah.
So we made a set and a studio, and we are not using them right now.
Yeah, we built a set, built a studio, and we can't even use it right now because someone wanted to get hit by a car.
Oh, I'm sorry that I'm going to get a new car soon, maybe. I hope. Jesus Christ.
I hope so, too. So what's the deal with that? Where's your car situation at?
All right, so here's where my car situation is at. It was supposed to be towed last week on Monday, but the mechanic we took it to when it would not run, it took a week off, and insurance would not tow it.
Of course.
With it, without it, their permission, and also they left it parked in, so they couldn't have towed it if they wanted to without their permission. So,
awesome.
They came back on Monday of this week, and they towed it on Monday of this week. And now I'm waiting to hear back about whether or not they'll give me money, because I need that to buy a new car. But at this point...
how is that even up for contention still? I feel like everyone, including the cops and the insurance, like, all recognize that you weren't at fault.
Oh, no, it's simply they've totaled my car. They're now estimating how much value it has
to
see how much they will be giving me.
Jesus, and they still haven't figured that out? It feels like it's been over a month now.
It's so they towed it on Monday and started doing that on Monday. So if they actually started on Monday, it should be like tomorrow. If they started it today, it should also be like tomorrow.
I'm just sad because I miss you. I miss you, and it's been like a month since we've been able to hang out. And I miss you.
That.
We need to we need to go to Dairy Queen. We need to have like a cute little date set
up.
No,
we're not going to Dairy Queen.
Okay, well...
I refuse. Simply. I'm sorry. There's too many painful memories tied up in Dairy Queen right now.
Why? How do you have painful memories in Dairy Queen?
It was the last place Cheyenne and I went before she dumped me.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, if you want to hear the full story on Zach's breakup, we did that topic on the Patreon episode this week. So, yeah. We're not going to get too much into it now. Also, I don't want to make you relive that memory, so we're not going to talk about it.
Well, I need to cry because my eyes are actually starting to dry out right now. So if we could moisten up my contacts, which, by the way, I got contacts. Mm-hmm. So my eyes can be seen.
It's weird seeing you without glasses. I hate it. But,
yeah. Come on, you remember what I look like from 3rd grade.
But how's
actually, I would have just gotten them at that point.
How's the single life and dating game treating you now that you're single again?
Awful. I hate it.
Have you had any memorable and long-standing conversations on Tinder?
Yes, and they've all ended with the other person failing to respond in like a meaningful way, and me being like, "Well, I'm trying so hard to hold a conversation here, and you're not giving me anything."
In my brief stint on Tinder, before...
Dude, you were fucking lucky as shit.
Before I found my girlfriend of now a year and a half, when I was briefly on Tinder, one of the first girls I ever matched with was the most boring-ass, like, vanilla... I don't even want to say vanilla, though, because that's a disservice to the flavor of vanilla. Like,
vanilla's a good-ass flavor.
She was the most boring-ass girl. Something I learned in one of my linguistics classes is it's very important to always be asking the other person questions, like keeping the conversation moving. And this girl responded to everything I said, but she never responded with any questions about me, my life, like us. She never responded with any curiosity. Her responses were just like one-word answers. And at first, I was like, she's probably not interested. I get it. But I kept like messaging her just because she was one of my first matches. I was bored. I didn't really have anyone else to talk to at that point. I kept messaging her, and she always responded. So like, I didn't know if she was into it, not into it. I don't know if she just only knew how to type a few single words.
She doesn't actually.
She was trying to communicate with me in a similar fashion to like Helen Keller, where she only knows certain things and like feelings and symbols, emotions. But most of her responses were like, yeah, or cool.
No, so it wasn't even like a yes and. It was simply like you'd be like, yo, what's your favorite color? Oh, it's blue.
We messaged back and forth.
Okay, do you want to know my favorite color? Yeah. No, not really.
Pretty much. It was like that. We messaged back and forth for at least, I would average it, if we count both my messages and hers, at least 35 messages, maybe more. That's the minimum. I'd say that the average, because this was, again, a forever ago, the average was like 50 messages back and forth. And I went back after I re-downloaded Tinder, because there's one time my girlfriend and I wanted to re-download Tinder to look at our old messages to see what we said to each other when we matched. And then we were curious about like our other matches.
Can I get that in writing, please? I have no game.
You can't have my pickup lines in writing.
Please?
I'll whisper them into your ear when you return.
Okay.
if we go to Dairy Queen.
Fuck.
So I was scrolling through my messages with that one girl and showing my girlfriend, and in those like 35 to 50 messages we sent back and forth, she asked me 0 questions about myself.
Nice.
I asked her at least like 10, which is what you probably should do on a dating app. Just saying.
That sounds exhausting.
Like, I was getting so frustrated to the point where it's like, if she would have asked me like, oh, so what's your major? I'd be like, oh, I like to kill sheep in my day-to-day life. Like, I would have just responded with something obnoxious and absurd because she didn't deserve any real answers at that point. Like, I just wanted her to fuck off. Like, I was so annoyed.
I'm actually talking to someone I already knew before I started dating Cheyenne. And I would argue that I have a type.
You have a type?
Yes.
What is your type, then?
Apparently, it's short, emo/goth girls with brightly colored hair.
That was my type in high school.
That is my type in adult life right now.
But
no,
I kind of moved on from that when every goth girl I tried to flirt with in high school was like the stereotypical tsundere character in an anime, where like they're just aggressive and violent, and like I don't want to get hit in a relationship personally, so I backed off from that. Oh,
like being hit
that's
a
fair.
lot.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's why I dumped you, because you didn't hit me enough.
Okay.
You didn't physically abuse me.
I did not physically assault you. So, how did you know this girl before Tinder?
We both worked at Walmart.
Okay, fair.
It was funny as shit, because when I was first, like, basically, before I dated Cheyenne, I was single my whole life. Mm-hmm. And I had, like, a lot of friends in the
Let's not disrespect your older years.
Let's disrespect my Minecraft girlfriend of a week.
We both technically had, like, Minecraft girlfriends for a week, so it's not just you that should be embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed about mine, too, but, like, I don't know, I don't let it shame me. I don't let it
shame me, I just don't count it. It should count.
I think you should count it. I think you should count it.
I don't think I should count it, because when I say I was single until I was 21, that hits a little bit harder than, oh yeah, I was single until I was 21, except for 1 week when I was 15.
That's fair.
Like, and it's the same thing. It just hits a little harder.
Well, no, I relate with that because I have some there are a lot of relationships I've been through that I don't know whether or not to count or not. Like, because technically my first relationship was in 8th grade, but that was for like 2 months. I don't know if I should count that because it's middle school. And then in 9th grade, I dated someone for 1 month, but I don't know if I should count that because it wasn't even a month. It was like maybe 3 weeks. So it was a short amount of time. Then in like 10th grade, I had that like Minecraft girlfriend for a week. Definitely not counting that one. And then in 11th grade, I was like friends with benefits with this girl. I should clarify before anyone in my family watches this and immediately shuns me. It was non-sexual friends with benefits. It was friends who made out, basically.
We kissed.
And
then we kissed.
So I basically made out with this girl for 9 months, but we never title. Like, we never were boyfriend and girlfriend. So do I count that or not? Like, almost all of my relationships in 8th grade, middle school, and then high school could either be counted or not counted. There's an argument on both sides.
Count each of them.
Yeah. So, yikes is my answer.
Anyway, my thing was, like, when I first started, like, talking to Cheyenne, I was really good friends with a couple of, like, the older ladies that I worked with. Not, like, old, but, like, late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And then this one girl who is also friends with them, who's, like, early 30s, late 20s. But, like, we were all, like, besties or whatever, and they were actively trying to get me to pursue dating someone that I worked with. And they were originally trying to get me to ask out this girl that we actually went to middle school and I think like 9th grade with.
Oh, that's cute.
I'll message you her name right now.
Do it.
But they were trying to get me to go out with her, and I was like, the Ian Eller, reversed, by the way.
The what?
Last name Ian Eller reversed.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, I can't open a Discord message because we're in
I'm sorry.
a video call, and if I leave the video call, it's gonna show up on the recording. Text me it.
Oh yeah. So anyway, they wanted me to go after this girl, and I was like,
Mm.
she kind of fucking hates me from middle school and high school. So then there was the girl I'm talking to now and Cheyenne that were also like people that they think
Yeah.
I would have been cute with. Um,
Hmm.
and I ended up with Cheyenne, so now I'm talking to this other girl.
Well, I'm glad you're talking to someone at least. You got someone to keep your mind busy while you're stuck at your grandparents' basement. Also,
It fucking sucks not having one person to vent to about everything and like to share all
my
information.
door is open right now. Come in. Come on,
Oh shit!
Zach. Come
One
here.
second.
No,
Right there.
I don't think it's that embarrassing though. Going back to the topic, he left, but it's fine. I don't think it's that embarrassing though, because you kind of said like that you were single until 21, as if it was a bad thing. I don't think that's too crazy long. Like
I think
it's
not that
below
bad because there was
average.
no one worth dating
Yeah, at
in
our
our high school
school. That's
at
why.
all. There were like 2 or 3 people that were worth dating, and they were always
Yeah.
taken.
Well, like that's why I didn't ever get in a serious relationship with anyone in high school or middle school because our school was pretty trash. And like
Yeah,
the relationships I did get in, as I said before, were like 1 month or 2 months, and I don't even know if I should count those. Realistically, like you say your first relationship was at 21. I think my first real relationship that I could count was at 18 when I came to college, my freshman year, because that was someone I
yeah,
dated for like a year on and off,
yeah.
but mostly a year. Like there wasn't too much off time. But I dated this person for a year. There's no doubt about it. Like it was serious. We were adults. Like, and
An adult.
that's kind of what I just default to say now when like friends ask me or like family asks me about like my first relationship. I'll just default to that college one because it's like I said, it's kind of embarrassing bringing up a 2 month eighth grade relationship, a 1 month ninth grade relationship, a 1 week 10th grade relationship, and it's embarrassing in a different way that I made out with a girl for 9 months and then never actually made her my girlfriend. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Our
Well,
high
I
school
also
is the worst, though. I agree with you on that.
my 1 week Minecraft girlfriend in high school. I confessed to my father about her
Mm-hmm.
a few years afterwards, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I knew," and I was like, "Okay, cool,
That's
thanks, Dad."
interesting.
Because like I would always leave my computer on and on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess he came in to get something, and there was like that update on my computer that was her talking to me.
Hey, you want to
Um,
play Skyblock together? Heart
get
emoji.
get out.
Listen, I'm not making fun of you because I was in the same like Minecraft relationship in high school for a week or two, as well.
You
Um.
know the Snapchat I sent out about my new glasses? The joke being that I'm wearing contacts.
Mm-hmm.
So there are no he's Anthony just Snapchatted me back. He's like, I like them. They're John Cena brand. I'm like,
We need to have
ooh,
Anthony on the podcast, but I'm worried if I have him on the podcast, I'm gonna struggle to like not
bully him.
verbally assault him because some of the things he says just
Yeah,
don't
or
belong. They don't
not.
belong.
It's not that he says bad things. He
Mm.
just says dumb shit that makes him look dumb.
Yeah, I mean he was from our high school, so he fits the bill.
Couldn't date him.
I can't remember if I said this on the podcast already or not, but when I rejoined Facebook to join a work group chat on Facebook Messenger,
Yeah,
I joined Facebook and I was looking to like just add some friends, people from my family, and I got recommended a lot of people from our high school.
yeah.
And at first I was kind of excited to rekindle maybe some friendships, and then I realized there's no one I want to add on Facebook from our high school really. Like it's
Wow.
bad. There are very select few people because all of
And
them
it's
just
like
suck.
the core friend group from high school, right?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and going back to the relationship topic, like, there were some girls I mutually flirted with in high school, but I could never pull the trigger because I'm like, this just wouldn't work. And I don't want to put myself in something that isn't going to
Listen,
last.
it's like, listen,
I don't want
I'm
to put
too
a.
edgy for you, and you're too prissy for me.
Well, not even that. There were some girls I mutually flirted with that were, like, more edgy than me. It was just like.
And they were too edgy for you.
It was just like they were not a match. And I don't know. I don't want to date just to break up. I don't want to date just to
Yeah.
hurt someone's feelings, which is why I never like took a lot of those situations farther than mutually flirting. I don't know, man. It's weird. I definitely feel as though while I made a lot of mistakes, for example, being in a Minecraft relationship for a week and making out with someone for 9 months and then not ever locking that down as a real relationship, I'm happy now, so I don't really look back on that a lot anymore. Like, I don't have any regrets, obviously, because that would be
No
unhealthy.
regrets.
That would be unhealthy to my current relationship, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't care. At this point, it's not like I'm upset about any of those past situations or, I hold any resentment. I'm mostly just embarrassed by all of them because they are
Yeah.
kind of cringy. Even my first relationship, if we want to count it as like an eighth grade relationship for 2 months, like that's cringy to me, so I don't like counting it or even thinking about it. I don't think about the past much because I just want to, I want to live a better life. I want to have a better life,
Yeah.
simply. And I'm not going to do that if I hold on to shit from the past. I don't know.
I feel that. I understand. I believe in you.
There was one situation, though, like, where I thought I was being nice in high school with this girl that I was mutually flirting with by telling her, like, oh, I just don't think this is going to work as a relationship and I don't want to lead you on. And she got mad at me for that. Like, and I kind of get it now looking back. It's like maybe she just wanted to keep flirting and, like, she was mad that I was stopping that. Maybe she didn't want a relationship either, but she wanted to keep flirting. But, like I said, I didn't want to lead her on. I feel like if we just kept flirting,
Yeah.
that is the exact definition of leading her on. And that burned a pretty big bridge in high school. I was just too. I was too naive. That's why,
Yeah.
I've been in so many regrettable relationships, whether or not they had like a boyfriend girlfriend title to them. Yeah, a lot of regret, but no. I don't hold on to it anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. I've moved on.
Yeah.
Because I need to do that for the
Um,
sake of my girlfriend. Like I can't hold on to shit and be in a relationship and have
By
that
the way, I
be
deleted
healthy.
the message with the person's name
That's
if
fine.
you do need to look at the chat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot she existed. You're right. She did leave our school like around ninth grade.
Yeah. Way early.
That's who you're talking to right now.
No. Different
Oh.
person.
Oh, I thought. Never mind. Then
Should
why
I
did?
be talking to that person right now?
No, I'm not saying you have to talk to this person who you just
All right.
texted me
Well,
the name
let
of.
me go
Wait,
track
who
her
are you
down.
texting that? I thought you said you were talking to
You
someone.
don't know them. You've never met them.
Oh, I
No,
thought.
I said that one of the options between like the three that my
Oh.
boyfriend were trying to get me to go after.
So the girl from our high school that you just texted me the name of is a girl that you could have started talking to but didn't, and instead you're
Um,
talking to this other girl.
I wouldn't say could have, but yes.
I think you could have. Shoot your shot, Zach. Come on. What are you doing?
I don't know if I want to.
That's fair. Uh, I don't remember enough about this name to know whether or not she is
Good or bad now.
good standing as a human being.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's the reason why I didn't start dating my girlfriend for a while after we matched on Tinder. Like we went on at least 2 or 3 dates before we started dating, because I was just like, I just gotten out of a bad relationship, and I had just at that point felt ready for another one, but I didn't want to rush into it. Like the day I finally am over it, I'm in a new relationship. I wanted to make sure that I could put all my shit aside, put all my I don't know, baggage aside before I asked Abby to be my girlfriend a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So that when I asked her to be my girlfriend, I went into that relationship with a clean slate mentally, emotionally, because that's what.
I hate that turn of phrase because you know College Humor, like the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a Batman series
Mm-hmm.
where it's just like a really dumb idiot playing Batman.
Okay.
And they did the Dark Knight Rises scene where he gives Selena Kyle the clean slate. If you haven't seen that movie yet, somehow, who the fuck are you and where have you been? Spoiler alert, I suppose, about a minute ago. But there's like the thing where he gives her the clean slate program or whatever. But instead of like it being the way it was in the movie, he's like, let me back up a quick so I don't peek the mic. He's like, the clean slate, the only thing that can erase your criminal past, and I have it. And it's just every time someone uses the turn of phrase clean slate, I just think of that, and I can't handle it.
What's funny about College Humor, and I was talking to a friend about this the other day, is in high school I thought it was the funniest, like one of the funniest channels on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
now going back and rewatching some of the videos as a college student, it's not for me. Like it feels like
Yeah.
too young. Like, and maybe it's
I
because
remember
it's
when
no
you
longer
said
relatable because of time. I don't know, but like it's just funny that when I finally got to college humor stopped really being funny. It stopped being my thing. Also, something I realized I haven't mentioned yet is I cut my forehead. I apologize if it's distracting. That's all. What topics do we have on the Discord? Because I can't look at them given I'm recording the Discord. I forget. Because we wrote these topics before we took our 2 week break. So I don't
yeah,
remember any of these topics.
we did episode 12, right?
My phone's okay. I dropped it. Didn't break.
We did episode 12.
We did episode 12, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so now we just have a list of random topics,
Yeah.
not categorized into episodes.
That's fine.
Um,
For me, it doesn't
I don't
really
remember.
matter if topics are on specific episodes or not, as long as we hit them at some point.
Yeah. So we've got Hours by Chance or Appointment, Disney industry inserts, and my Burger King rant.
You have a Burger King rant? That's the one that titillates me the most, I'm going to be honest with you, Chief.
You're titillated by the Burger King rant?
I would love to hear it.
Alright, so I keep doing this shit to myself,
Okay.
but there's a Burger King between where I work and the apartment that I go to or went to a couple times on the way to work. And I realized that it's very bad and not good, and I hate it.
I feel that way about
also-
most Burger Kings, honestly.
It's also like right around where my doctor's office was,
Okay.
and my dad, no matter what, I don't know why, as a kid would always like, and by as a kid I mean like from the age of like 12 to 20, would
Interesting.
like take me to a restaurant or like fast food after every appointment I had. So like I'd get some dental work done, we'd go to Chick-fil-A on the way home. I went to the doctor's to get like a physical, and we'd go to Burger King on the way home.
Yes.
But that Burger King is the worst one ever because they straight up like one time we ordered like the like little longer chicken sandwich they have or whatever on a bun, and we ordered it plain because I'm a little bitch that can't handle half the ingredients on fast food sandwiches.
Okay.
So I just always get it plain and maybe like slather some sauce on there and eat it that way. So we order it plain, and they put mayonnaise and lettuce on it, which is not plain. So we took it back and what?
That's so stupid.
And so we took it back and asked them to like remake it plain because we ordered it plain, and it said on the receipt plain.
Yeah.
So they remade it, and they essentially just gave us the same sandwich again.
With
I'm
lettuce and
convinced.
mayo?
Yup. And then they were like, no, we need it plain because I physically cannot eat this. So we did that like 4 more times, and my dad like went back and specified like, yo, plain with nothing on it, just the chicken and the bun.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right. So they made it, and this time it had only mayonnaise on it.
What?
I'm like, listen, I cannot eat this. I will not eat this. Either give us the plain one or just give us a refund. So they finally gave us an actually plain one, and it didn't taste good. Like, it was not good chicken or good bun.
Well, you probably just should have took the mayo and lettuce on top of the burger, or the chicken, I should say. Probably should have just took the mayo and lettuce instead of the insane amount of spit you probably got on that final sandwich. Oh my god.
Yeah. But nah, we don't like, we're not aggressive about it, so I like to think that I've never had food spit in or on because we're not like, it's not like, hey, you fucked up our order, you better fucking fix it. It's like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm not able to eat this. I'm so sorry to inconvenience you. Can you guys get me one that I can? And usually it's fine. But that time they did it like 6 times, and I don't know what the fuck happened.
I'll get back to Burger King in a second, but I had not similar, but I just had like a situation where they messed up my order last week, where I ordered a 10-piece meal from McDonald's, which was supposed to come with fries. It didn't come with fries, but they put 11 nuggets in my 10-piece. I'm like, I don't know if to be upset or like happy, because
One nugget is not a medium fry.
I know, but it was still a nice feeling to get an extra nugget. It was a little bit of a bummer though. But Burger King is trash. All right, I understand that some people like Burger King, and I understand that Burger King has good menu items, but overall, they're trash.
All right, so
Uh,
you know the Wendy's in my hometown.
yes.
Yeah, that Wendy's used to be a Burger King.
Yes.
And that Burger King shut down because it was nasty as shit as far
Yes.
as the health and safety location. But also
Yes.
there were rumors of people having sex in the fryer. So
How though? Wouldn't that
turn it
like?
off and you drain it and then you do the deed in it.
But why
And then you
that's so much work. Why not just the bathroom or like the back
because
closet?
then you can't come in people's nuggets.
Anyways, every time I've gone
I
to
just
Burger
saw you
King,
quit fully.
every time I've gone to Burger King in the last like 6, 7 years, I have pretty much gotten the same results for
Yep.
the same products I order. So the chicken fries are one of the few things I will say is good on that menu. Not much else. Their nuggets are not the best fast food nuggets in the world. Not the best fast food company for nuggets at all. But they're the cheapest fast food nuggets of all the fast food chains. So I do like to go there for nuggets. However, whenever I get a burger from Burger King, this the burgers taste like cardboard. It has no meat taste on it.
That's fucking wild.
The one time I've gotten breakfast
They're
food,
accidentally putting the crowns in there.
the, the one time I got breakfast food from Burger King was resulted in one of the closest instances of me throwing up since 8th grade. I've never thrown up since 8th grade. I'm very proud of that. And Burger King almost ruined it.
I'm gonna make you throw up.
I also have gotten their fish sandwiches from Burger King. Uh, any any plant could have been in that fish sandwich, but definitely nothing that grew in the sea. Like nothing that was born and raised in an ocean or
Oh,
lake or
meat,
river.
right? You mean meat or
I'm talking about fish. 'Cause I'm talking about a
yeah,
fish sandwich. I'm saying that the sandwich was not made of fish. It was just made
yes.
of any plant ever. Like I don't know. It was disgusting, and I've never had a fish sandwich from Burger King taste like fish. And then even though I like the chicken fries and I like the chicken nuggets, when I get chicken sandwiches from Burger King, it is some of the most vile chicken I've ever had. I remember one time, freshman or sophomore year of college, I got a chicken sandwich from Burger King that had like a giant pocket of like congealed chicken fat
Fucking hate that.
in the patty. Not even like on the side of
It's
it.
all cartilage.
Yeah, basically like all cartilage and fat. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And I hated myself. So I don't go to Burger King ever. I have not been to a Burger King in over a year
I
because
applaud you for that because it's admirable.
it's not worth it for the chicken fries. And yeah, the nuggets are cheap, but I like nuggets at
Honestly,
a variety of other fast food places more. Like I'd rather get
Burger-
McDonald's or maybe Wendy's. Wendy's is kind of on the same level as Burger King for me.
yeah.
And
In
then
my opinion, sorry, go ahead.
no,
Sorry, go ahead.
in your
No,
opinion,
in my opinion, Burger King's fries fucking slap, but it's not worth it.
their fries are okay.
Like they have in my like I like the way they are where they're like crispy and also not crispy in the right spots.
Well, I'll say on an
They're
unbiased
not
level, their
good
fries
enough
are okay.
to keep.
Yes. I like how we just talked at the same time every time.
Yeah.
Perfect pauses. Their fries on an
What?
unbiased level are okay. But on a biased level, I don't like them because I don't know. I'm kind of an extremist when it comes to fries on one particular end, that end being super thin cut. Like the more thin cut they are, the more I like them. And Burger
How do you
King's
feel
fries
then
aren't
about
that thin cut
Chick-fil-A?
compared to like McDonald's. I like Chick-fil-A because it's not a normal fry, it's a waffle
Okay,
fry. Waffle
yeah.
fries are different. Waffle fries are almost always good. It's hard to fuck up waffle fries. I don't know how.
That is true.
I don't know why waffle fries are such a special breed of fry, but they are supreme.
The only thing I can think of is because it's just like it's such a weird cut of potato
Hmm.
that it's like kind of hard to do something different with it to mess it up.
Yeah.
And I also feel like either the whole thing is going to be like warm and fresh or the whole thing is going to like be not necessarily soggy
Hmm.
because I don't think the shape really lends itself to being a soggy fry,
Yeah.
but I think that there's a fucking like the shape contributes to the fact that the fry stays better longer. and when it is like bad by like some things, it's not as off the end.
Yeah. Well, here's like my consensus with Burger King as I'm sitting here thinking about it in the most concise way possible is it has a few good things on its menu, but not enough to carry the rest of its below average menu. Meanwhile, you
Yeah,
have places like Arby's or Wendy's that have
fucking love
only a
Arby's.
few things that are supreme, but then the rest of the menu is either good or okay. So
Yeah,
you're not going to get anything terrible like at Burger King. And like McDonald's, nothing's super supreme, but everything is what you expect. Like McDonald's
yeah.
is a
McDonald's.
consistent like 6.5 out of 10. And I'll take it cuz I like it. And I also
Yep.
I again biasedly, I'm not going to say like everyone should feel this way or I'm going to say people shouldn't feel this way. I like the fake taste of McDonald's. I know I'm being fed a lie, but I like it. And I shouldn't like it, but I do.
I know I'm being fed a lie, but boy, am I here for that rumor.
So yeah, Burger King's menu just can't. The few good things on it cannot carry the rest of the menu for me.
Have you seen that Glenn Beck parody video where he breaks down Chick-fil-A and how it's sending subliminal messages?
I've not.
I will find it and send it to you. That
I'll have
you
to
may
watch it
watch
after the
later.
podcast. Speaking of Chick-fil-A, bro, I've had so many girls. It's always girls for some reason that post about this on my Instagram stories that I watch. Like there are these girls I follow on Instagram that post so often about how you shouldn't eat Chick-fil-A, boycott Chick-fil-A, because they're like anti-LGBT, which like sure maybe they've donated to anti-LGBT, but it's not like they will burn you at the stake for being LGBT. Like I've seen them
No,
hire. I
I
know people who have been hired at Chick-fil-A that are gay. So like it comes off a little preachy to me, and also like their comments are always like, "You can get a chicken sandwich somewhere else." Maybe in other parts of the
but it won't be
country.
that good.
Well, also that, in my opinion, like they're not going to be as good. And also where we live in like the farmlands of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
there is not a better chicken sandwich. Like it's
No,
McDonald's
it's
and
true.
Burger King and Wendy's, but those are all below par chicken sandwiches. Those are
Okay, yeah,
those are
like
fast food restaurants that do not specify in chicken. I would argue they specify in beef. Meanwhile, Chick-fil-A is the only fast food restaurant in our area where we live that specifies in chicken.
I feel like
I've never seen a Popeyes where we live ever.
no, nope.
Where?
I feel like McDonald's. I feel like all of them kind of have their like good version of chicken and their bad version of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And like my best example of this that I can pull out of my ass is the McChicken versus the crispy buttermilk chicken
Yeah.
from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Where the crispy buttermilk is like obviously more real, but it's still like it's not. They took the worst part of whatever chicken they get for that,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of it goes into the nuggets, I guess.
Well,
Because I've bitten into like so many of those in the past like month, where it's been like, oh, this is I don't want to eat this particular portion of chicken ever again.
like I said, it just comes off as so hypocritical and preachy to me on Instagram, and it
Yep.
in a way almost makes me want to eat Chick-fil-A more because I love it so much. And now I have these like white bitches that I follow on Instagram. Not all of them, but like some of them who just preach, don't eat Chick-fil-A, don't eat Chick-fil-A. Also, I don't vote. But don't eat Chick-fil-A.
Don't vote.
Go get a chicken sandwich somewhere else. Bitch, where? We live amongst the Amish. I mean, maybe I can get a chicken sandwich from the Amish. Get them to cook it up for me on the spot. Cut the fucking head of the chicken off. But like, other than that, there's
You
no
just
other
cut a
good chicken sandwich.
No, you just cut a chicken's head off and put it between two slices of thin bread.
Like, these aren't random girls I follow on Instagram. I only follow like girls that I know from high school, college, or family. So
That's
they
your first
live
mistake.
they live around here. So when
Yeah.
they post these preachy, holier than thou Instagram stories saying don't eat Chick-fil-A, you're supporting a bad cause, go eat a chicken sandwich somewhere else. I really want to respond to them like, where? Because you live here too, and there's nothing else fast food that's a good chicken sandwich.
So in my hometown, this restaurant called HNT opened up, and it's fully chicken based, and I think it's on par with Chick-fil-A. It opened up right before the pandemic. I went there
Oh.
once,
That's
and
bad timing.
it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's bad timing.
It's gone now,
Well, also, that probably wasn't fast food.
which is unfortunate.
Like,
It
the reason
was,
I like...
to an extent, it kind of was, but you're right, it wasn't exactly fast food.
The other thing I hate about these posts on Instagram is it makes you feel like you support anti-LGBT movements if you eat Chick-fil-A, which is not
No,
correlated. That's like saying, oh, you listened to a Chris Brown song once in a middle school dance? You
I bet
abuse
you ate
women.
your wife.
You abuse women, dog. Like, no, no. That's so dumb. Like, it's kind of the argument, and some people disagree on this argument. It's almost a 50-50 split, I feel like, when I talk to people about it. But it's the argument of separating the art from the artist. And
The chicken sandwich is the art, and Chick-fil-A is the artist.
while I do not lean one way or the other on an absolute level, because I feel like every situation's different. Like, for example, Tekashi 69, horrible person. I didn't really enjoy his music in the first place, but I definitely can enjoy it now. But you have other people like XXXTentacion, who was accused of abusing his girlfriend, and there is definitely truth to it. It's just the amount of truth to it has kind of been left up in the air for a while now. Like, the level of abuse, I should say, to be more clear. And, like, I can still listen to some of his songs and not hate myself and, like, feel like a bad person. Because even the girlfriend who, like, was abused, like, when he died, still, like, wanted his death to be seen as a good, like, not a good thing, but, like, as a...
She really wanted us to celebrate the fact that the
No.
abuser of her was dead.
I'm trying to say, like, I
Hallelujah.
remember she was posting, like, things, like, trying to mourn. So, like, even she, like, can still respect him after he abused her. Like, why can't I listen? If the person who was abused by them has forgiven them to an extent, I'm not going to say completely, because I don't know the whole situation. I don't know if she has
I'll
forgiven
never
completely.
forgive you.
But, like, if the... That's... I don't know. It just seems dumb to me that, like, the girlfriend who was abused has forgiven him, maybe not fully, but to an extent forgiven him, and yet we're still not allowed to listen to his music. There are people out there who are like, if you listen to XXXTentacion, you're a bad person. And, like,
I'm a bad person.
I don't
but
feel
I
that
don't
way.
listen to XXXTentacion.
I don't feel that way. I feel like while XXXTentacion was definitely not a good person, I'm not a bad person for listening to his music.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same way at Chick-fil-A. We're like, I'm not going to say Chick-fil-A is...
These are such extreme differences in examples.
I don't think they are, though, to be honest.
No, it's not.
I think they're similar.
I'm not saying that they're, like, extreme differences in example. Like, that's not what I meant. What I kind of meant was, like, X was, I guess, a bad person. I don't know shit about him because I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't listen to his music. I never did.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was annoying when fucking high school kids at Walmart were screaming "Rip X" all day long. So that kind of turned me off to him more. But I think it's, if he is a bad person, he's a bad person in a way that is different than people think Chick-fil-A is bad.
Well,
by, like, a huge margin.
The overall point I'm trying to get to, at least my perspective on things, is I believe that I should be able to, and I do, eat Chick-fil-A without also hating the gays. Like, that is such a preposterous, like, connection. Don't be wrong. There are probably some people who eat a Chick-fil-A that hate the gays. But that's not because they ate a Chick-fil-A sandwich. The Chick-fil-A sandwich did not make them a homophobe. Like, all right.
I really want to
Let me tell you.
Video. Can we watch this video together after this?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, I've eaten myself a handful of Chick-fil-A sandwiches in my life. A plethora. And I don't hate the gays. So, like, either the serum they put in the chicken isn't working on me, or I can eat at Chick-fil-A and not be a homophobe. But there are just these girls that I follow from high school and college that believe that is impossible. Like, they believe if you eat a Chick-fil-A, you're a homophobe. And I think that's extreme, personally. The same amount of extreme, I think it's just as extreme as the opposite end of the coin, where, like, people vehemently deny that Chick-fil-A has any homophobia. It's like, it's almost as bad as that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I do have a cousin who owns, like, a Chick-fil-A store.
Mm-hmm.
Within an hour and a half of our apartment. So we'll never go because it is that far away.
That's fair.
But he exists, and I love him.
Okay.
Um, and he's not a homophobe. I can confirm this. Seen it with my own eyes. Not afraid of the gays.
I was waiting
Um,
for you to like
he
just.
is a homophobe, and all Chick-fil-A's are homophobes,
No,
and
I
that's not
was
true.
I was low-key waiting for you to just drop the bomb. Like he is not a
He's
homophobe
gay.
because he's gay.
No, he actually married into the family. My cousin is his wife,
Ah,
but they are very, very dear to my heart,
I don't know.
and so are their children.
I think this kind of goes
I love
back
them all,
to a statement I
and they're
said
not
earlier
scared
on
of
the
gays.
podcast, where like I just don't believe in absolutes. I think it's ignorant and ah, it's just dumb. I don't know. It's just dumb. I'm trying to think of a better word for it, but like people, I
Only
don't
a
know.
Sith feels in absolutes.
Like the greatest example are like one of the greatest I guess arguments that people like to use absolutes for are atheists who say all Christians are morons and Christians who say all atheists are morons. Like both sides of that coin are so stupid. Like any
Yeah,
absolute ever, like the absolute of if you eat a Chick-fil-A, you are like a homophobe. I hate like it just doesn't make sense because nothing in life is absolute other
utterly.
than life and death. Like that's it. I don't understand it. Like even like there's the argument that like gay people can't be homophobic that some people try to use, and that also is not true. I will say gay people are the least likely population on the planet to be homophobic, but there are gay people who are homophobic. Like you see it sometimes where sometimes gay men are super like anti-lesbian, some lesbians are super anti like gay.
Yeah,
So like even a situation where like that where you would think logically no gay person would be homophobic still does not work as an absolute because there's always going to be at least one example or one variant, one I guess outlier in the pack in
yeah.
any population. I feel like so. I just hate absolutes a lot, and I see people post them on social media so much, especially now that social media has gotten much more vitriolic and like
Yep.
politicized.
Or aggressive in general.
Yeah, like I had to unfriend a distant family member, not someone in my immediate family, but like a cousin of an aunt family member because she posted no Muslim should be in Congress. I'm like, wait, that's going a little far. What? What do you mean? You're just gonna knock off what is it like an eighth of the world's population is
Yeah.
Muslim? Just an eighth of the world
Something like
not
that.
allowed in my Congress.
Actually, what am I saying? I can just look this up because I have a
It's a
computer.
lot. I know Muslims are the biggest population in the world. I'm pretty sure, but like that's one of the worst absolutes. Like, not only is it ignorant, but you can't find one that you like enough to go in Congress. Like, it's dumb. And like, I also have family members on Facebook who
It's
they
about 24.1% of the population,
24.
according to a
Oh
study
wow,
in
that's more than I thought.
2014.
But yeah, like that's
Yeah.
what I mean. It's like you just because you're ignorant, you just made a blanket statement about 24% of the population. No, like I don't like blanket statements. I don't like absolutes.
Oh,
Another big one that annoys me I've seen on Facebook. This is just I feel like these
according to similar 2015 figures, Christians form the biggest religious group by some margin at
Oh
31.2%.
really? It's not Muslims. I'm surprised. I thought it was
It
Muslims.
it is not Muslims, but I feel like it's close enough in like
It's
thing
about the
to
same.
yeah, and I feel like you can't really count either of them because there are so many different denominations of
Yeah,
each one
that's true.
that it's like, oh, well, 31% of the world is Christians. Yeah, but we can't even agree on whether or not we're going to be Catholic or not. Like, come on. We probably fight each other more than we fight other religions.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just so many stupid absolutes I see on social media, and this podcast has become just a lot of me complaining about social
Yep.
media. But like one thing I remember seeing about a year back was one of my family members posting that like all meat eaters were terrible people who did not care about animals. And I'm like, listen,
Well, I don't care about anything, so where does that leave me?
incorrect. All right, I've owned many dogs, many other pets, and I don't eat them because they are not a valid and efficient food supply. And I'm not going to say the way that meat is produced in America is great, but I'm not going to stop eating meat because you posted a holier than thou vitriolic Facebook status. Like, I don't care. So
I'm not gonna stop eating meat because you posted a cow with big brown eyes, looking directly into the camera.
like I said,
You know what that's gonna make me do? Eat more chicken.
maybe it's the counterculture side of me, but whenever I see a post like that, similar to what I said about Chick-fil-A, it's like it makes me want to eat more Chick-fil-A when I see people telling me not to eat Chick-fil-A. It makes me want to eat more meat when I see people telling me that like I'm a horrible person for eating meat. Like, how is that going to win people to your side? How's it going to convince people of your opinion and sway their mindset by making
because my opinion is already right and yours is wrong.
like
Simply.
making a
If
villain
I
out of
bash you over
someone?
the head with it, if I bash you over the head with my opinion enough, you'll realize that your opinion is wrong. I don't have to prove it to you. I just have to keep yelling at you.
People are just so dumb on social media that they think making a villain out of someone is the best and most appropriate way to change their mind, which is the opposite.
Yeah.
It just makes me mad. So yeah, point is, I fucking love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the fast food restaurant at least that I've been to the most in 2020.
I saw an interesting r/shower thoughts, I think it was, on Reddit today, where it was like, if you say how dare you say that or any variant of that, you've lost the argument.
Depends,
Like,
but
hands
I feel like
down.
in most cases, yeah. I feel like if you see someone on the street and they say the N-word, you can respond, "How dare you say that?"
That's not in the
And
context of an argument.
uh,
At least not yet. Once you
maybe,
get into the the cultural bullshit or whatever of saying the N-word,
yeah.
and you have a different opinion than them, then that is an argument. But I also feel like you responding how dare you say that to them saying the word instead of respecting your personal want for them to refer to it as the N-word
Or
isn't
just not say it at
gonna
all.
win you any points.
Or just don't say it at all.
Well,
I
that's what I'm saying.
I found
Like,
it
if
so funny. I had
they're
a friend, not friend, but like a guy I was acquaintance with because we were in a lot of classes, who would say the N word in place of just saying it. So like, I feel like I explained that confusingly. Like he would like come up to people and be like, "What's up, my N word?" And
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was not black, and it was almost more embarrassing than if he just said the word. Because I'm like, this is
Was
not
that
a
was that in
like
high school or college?
this college. So like you
'Cause I feel like I
recognize that
remember.
it's a bad thing to say,
Yeah,
but
but you still want to be hip with it.
yeah. I don't know. People are just dumb, man.
Oh,
People are
by the
so
way,
dumb.
another thing I did this week was I ordered some spyware.
Of course.
I got this spyware
I
here.
can't wait to learn about all of your Amazon orders.
Yep. No, but the reason I got this was I actually downloaded. For some reason, like YouTubers just recently started advertising Mischief, the app.
I don't even know what
You
that
remember
is.
Mr. Beast? You remember Mr. Beast hold the finger
Oh
on
yeah,
phone?
yeah, 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 yeah.
That was a part of Mischief. That was in partnership with them.
So what do they do
People
then?
were,
Do they?
it's just like bi-weekly drops. Like every 2 weeks, they'll do a different drop thing that you can obtain
Drops
or
of what?
partake in it. For instance, one week was a website where you could just scream and then listen to other people scream.
What?
Yeah, one week was the Mr. Beast thing with keeping your finger on the app.
Hmm.
Um, Another week, last week's, and the week before because it's 2 weeks.
Hmm.
That's how weeks work.
You said bi-weekly. I heard that part.
Yes, bi-weekly. I also bi-weekly.
Of course.
Twice a month even.
Hmm.
But the last thing before this current one was AlexaGate, which sits on top of your Alexa, and you clap 3 times to deactivate it, and then you clap 3 times to reactivate it. And when it's active, it's emitting a high-pitched frequency directly into the microphone of the Alexa, so it won't hear you even if you want it to.
Huh.
So it's basically like being advertised as like Jeff Bezos can't spy on you or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, I don't care if he spies on me, but if someone in the house does care, if anyone that like is around does care, I can just turn off the spying.
I think that's interesting. I appreciate like the meme value of all the things you just
Yeah.
listed that this app
I'll fucking go find
app
more
does.
because I have the app on my phone right now. Um,
Yeah, no, man. Just to finish off, because I feel like we changed topics really quickly. Just
we
to
did
finish off
very
the
fast.
last topic, I don't like absolutes. I don't like blanket statements, and I just don't want people to be happy. Like, I don't understand why everyone's so vitriolic on social media. It's why I keep trying to get away from social media, and then I remember, oh, I'm trying to grow as a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, so I kind of need
Yeah.
to use social media to help my YouTube and Twitch grow. But like, if I could grow on Twitch and YouTube efficiently and not use like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, I would, because I hate Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I think it's created such a vitriolic, fake, and unhealthily like idealistic society, especially in like body standards. That's what I hate about Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like body standards are so dumb on Instagram now. And I just hate that. I just want people to be happy. Like, I don't know. I don't ever want to be the type of person who posts on Facebook, if you're a vegan, you're a terrible person, or if you eat meat, you're a terrible person. I just want people to do what makes them happy. Like, and that is a fleeting ideology nowadays, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where like I don't have too many opinions that are strong. I don't even really have opinions that I want to push on other people. I just want people to be happy with their opinions and not push them on me, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer. So that's why I've tried to make like my Twitter, my Facebook, and like my Instagram either memes or about my Twitch and YouTube. Like, I don't want to make them about me or my opinions. I just want them to be about the content I'm making or the memes that I'm making. Like, I just want them to be a good time. I want them to be entertaining. I want to make people happy. That's all. I just want people to be happy. My political and social opinions over the years have changed many ways in many different contexts. But now they've kind of just died off and died down to I want people to be happy. I don't really care about politics or social politics anymore. I just want people to be happy.
Yep. So, would you like to go over some mischief drops with me?
Let's talk about it. That's how we'll end the podcast.
All right. So
it's gonna make it sound like we're sponsored by this app because we are.
Not
just
sponsored.
Kidding. We're not.
We're not sponsored by any app.
I'm just curious about it.
It'd be really cool at some point to be sponsored or even partnered with this app.
It'd be really cool to be sponsored by anything.
Yes.
We just need to grow a little bit. We haven't really grown much since like episode 4. And maybe that's our fault for not shouting this podcast out enough, maybe? I don't know.
Possibly. So Times Newer Roman.
What is that? I'm interested.
The exact same thing as Times New Roman, except each character is 5 to 10% wider.
Interesting.
In like an unnoticeable way. So like you only notice if you put them next to each other. One is Boomer.
So wait, so
email.
Did that just change the font on your phone to be that way?
No, it would be like you'd use it to write a book report.
Oh.
To fill page space.
Oh, for like you'd use it for a school assignment.
Yes.
That's actually dope. I like that. Just to like mess with the teacher's head.
Yeah. Boomer Email, a weekly newsletter where we forward unhinged email change sourced from thousands of real anonymous boomers.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, I'm trying to scroll down the thing and it's a bunch of different like it's pictures of like Trump's face superimposed on the Queen.
Oh, I've seen that one before. That's a weird edit. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
There's so many different ones though.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
There's many. What else do we got here?
Send us away on like 1 or 2 good ones, and then we'll end the pod.
Find one. Sorry.
I believe in you. You got this.
There's Scream Club, which was one of their secret drops you had to have the app for.
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically like the website you go on to Scream into. And their current drop right now is called Master Wiki.
Okay.
It's Master WikiHow, stolen from Masterclass, republished as WikiHow. Masterclass is $180. Master Wiki is free, and it's so. I want to hold my phone up and see if the like camera will like show it, But if it doesn't, I'm gonna take a screenshot and
I
try to get
just
you.
love the meme sense behind this. Like I love the
This is what it looks like.
I love it. I love the lens of like memes that they put in
Yeah,
all of these drops. Apparently, I might. Is it free or like do you have to pay?
it's free.
Oh, I might get that app. Honestly, that's neat.
It's so enjoyable just to have exist. Um,
Anyways, we should probably end the podcast here. We're officially
yeah.
at an hour. I want to thank you all for watching. We shout out the Patreon at the intro. That's the same intro we use every time. I think what we should shout out, because I spent this entire time talking about social media platforms, especially the very like boring and I don't know. I would say unhealthy social media platforms. What you should check us out on though, if you don't care about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook because you think it's unhealthy, just like us,
Yo, fuck those websites.
don't use it. Don't follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook if it puts you in a worse mental state. But what I would like for you to check out, if you have the time, is both of our Twitch pages where we are live streaming content frequently. It's a fun, healthy platform in my opinion. We're making content for free, and I think it's good content. I've been
But you
trying
could
to.
choose to pay for it if you like it.
My point was just
You don't have to.
I've been trying to focus very much on making as much entertaining content as possible and being as entertaining as possible, which is why if you have the time, check us out on our separate individual Twitch and maybe YouTube platforms. We've been trying to do fun, entertaining content, and the reason I started uploading YouTube again is just going back to my main point of this podcast. I feel like is I just want to make people happy and entertain people, so
Yeah.
I finally decided to upload again, and I've been doing it now for a couple months. So it's been a good time.
Also, for a real good, enjoyable series that we are doing on YouTube, go check out Caleb's Pizza Review.
Oh yeah, we're doing pizza reviews.
We're doing frozen pizza reviews.
We're trying to have fun with it, and like I said, make people happy as well as ourselves happy.
Yeah.
So check it out. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, we have the Patreon episode uploaded as well. And am I forgetting anything? I don't know. Be
Nothing
good.
I know of.
Be good to each other.
Be kind.